So one thing that most people in the agriculture space know Farm Credit and First Bank are like the two largest statewide ag banks. But we started putting this together, we learned that there are so many local community banks all around Virginia that also work a lot with the agricultural community. And so as we've done these around the state, we've always reached out to the local banks to be able to bring them in as well, because again, they play a very valuable role. And so we have the Bank of Southside Virginia with us here today. Chris Everett and Lauren Harper are both Senior Vice Presidents and Business Development Officers. So Chris and Lauren, thank you both so much. I'm not sure if you're going to tag team it or what you're going to do, but I'll give the floor to you. Looks like Chris is on his way up. Let's give them a great big hand if you would. Appreciate it. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it. Okay, sure.
This is where you get to tell jokes.
Yeah, while she's loading our slides, I'll just do a quick introduction. I'm Chris Everett with the Bank of Southside Virginia. Been with them going on 25 years now. My time flies, but proud to be with the bank, and I appreciate Secretary Lohr having us and his team today to share some things we are involved in with agricultural lending. I'm going to do it a little different. We've got a little video to share with you, so I'm going to ask Josie, do you mind driving? I'm not a good driver, so I'm gonna go with Josie on that. If we could go to the next slide, that's just our hashtag BSB to me. Check that out online sometime. Next slide. Please, yes. So we're going to share a video about BSB here for a couple minutes.
BSB helped us start our business back in 2003 with a $15,000 loan. And then from there on, we just kept growing and growing with BSB and all of our customers. And we started out with just this one greenhouse behind me here, and then we added just about one a year, and then we grew bedding plants and flowers and vegetable plants, and we did a lot of about 20 acres of vegetables out in the field for the first 5 or 6 years. And then we went into landscaping, and all our customers kept asking us to come and plant their house and fix up their houses, so we got into that. We got bigger and bigger, and then we tied up with Petersburg Trading up off of number 1 in Petersburg. We just kept growing and growing, and then we started doing rental houses.
I have 2 properties, Airbnbs. One is a historical home that was built back in 1792, Sportville Plantation. Then we have Earl's Cabin, just in the woods, a little place to get out in the country, enjoy seeing the stars at night, and just fresh air and stuff.
Horses and peacocks and cows and goats for the kids to come see, geese and turkeys, just fun stuff for the kids to come see when their parents are shopping. We're at Lebanon Church Road, it's exit 17 off 95. We work 24/7. Farming is a way of life, not a job. We don't have a job, this is how we live. I'm David Yoder. I'm a BSB customer.
My name is Jessica Yoder, and I'm a BSB customer.
So there's an example, the Yoders from Jarrett, David and Jessica, that we were able to assist from a very small scale with one greenhouse into multiple greenhouses, as you could see from the video, different areas of farming, and they also do landscaping and other retail aspects. So again, agriculture is our specialty. We do venture out into other commercial areas too as well. So our specialty is row crop farming, so peanuts, cotton, tobacco, soybeans, grain, anything like that. But again, we do go into cattle, landscaping, that kind of thing. Our next slide, BSB is locally owned and operated. We were established in 1911. We're still locally owned. We're private. We're not traded on the New York Stock Exchange or the Dow Jones. And we were formed by basically farmers, real estate owners, when we started over 100 years ago. So we're proud of that we're still locally owned. We're the only locally owned bank that's doing agricultural lending that we're aware of. We have 2 commercial lenders on staff. I'm one of them, Chris Everett. Lauren Harper, my colleague in the corner there. She joined us, about a year ago, Lauren? So wealth of experience. We're going to show her bio here in a couple of slides. Other thing I wanted to mention, we've got a deep knowledge of local agricultural economics. Chances are we go to church, we go to school, we go to community events with a lot of you guys in the community. We realize the importance of farming and agriculture to our local communities. And we'll get to that. Can you go to the next slide, please, Jay? All right. The first one, working with a locally owned bank, is important because why BSB is what we're saying here is we have a local loan committee meeting once a week on Tuesdays. So all of our ag lenders, our commercial lenders, we get together. The CEO is on that committee. So we discuss all the credits that come through at least once a week. And again, the CEO is on that committee. So we have the ability to deliver quick decision making for you. It's not a 2-week, 3-week process. If you have a need, you call us, we discuss it. If it's something you need before our weekly meeting, we can make a phone call and usually put that together quickly for you. As it says there, everyone you work with at BSB lives in the community. I'm from Dinwiddie County. Lauren's in the Franklin area, so we're spread out pretty good across Southside, Virginia. Economic impacts, Matt Lohr touched on it a little bit, but they're extraordinary in Virginia. I'll just throw a couple of statistics. It is the largest private industry, agriculture, in Virginia. If you couple that with forestry, as Chris mentioned, it's really huge, but $82 billion in economic impact for the Commonwealth annually, 380,000 jobs, 43,000 farms covering almost 8 million acres in the Commonwealth. So it's huge not only from a state perspective, but also regionally and more importantly, locally for us. This is the one I like. 90% of Virginia farms are locally owned by families, people such as yourselves. So it's not corporate industry. It's specialized heavily in local. And that's what we're all about at BSB is the local ownership piece. Next slide, please. Types of ag lines, you've heard from the previous couple of lenders. We do farm equipment loans, farm operating lines of credit, and real estate term loans. All of these are tailored to your situation. We do used equipment as well as new equipment. So if you need to upgrade your equipment and want to go to a dealer to do that, we're happy to assist. If you want to go to an auction, in the slow time over the December, January, and February, we can also help you with used equipment too. So keep that in mind when you're shopping around. Lines of credit, they're typically a 1-year term. We're going to go into that a little bit more on the next slide. And then also real estate term loans, purchase or refinance. So if we do a lot of family buyout situations, if your family's wanting to pass down the family farm to you, we can help you with that. Or if you just go to an auction and you want to buy the neighbor's farm, again, we can work with you on that. Terms are typically 5 to 7 years on farm equipment. On real estate loans, we'll go up to 15, 20 years is typically the term on those. We do partner with the Farmer Mac programs, which gives us the ability to go up to 25 or even 30 years, depending on your situation. Next slide. What we're referring to here, do you need an operating line? These guys make great points about the financials that you'll need to look at or that the banks look at. We feel like going to the bank early in the year and providing them with those financials, and it not only helps the bank, but it helps you guys. So if you can go to the bank early in the year and give them your profit and loss for the previous year, or give them, your budget, that kind of thing, it gives the lender the information that they need to make quick decisions for you throughout the year. So if they've got that on record, and you go to an auction and you want to buy a tractor, for instance, it can be a simple phone call to the lender. They've got everything they need in front of them, and they can help you very quickly. So we really recommend having an operating line of credit. Some of our farmers are fortunate where they have a family member that may lend them the money throughout the year. And that's nice, that's very good, but it doesn't sort of force you to go through the exercise of preparing financials and providing a lender with those financials. So a lot of benefits to having a line of credit. The other benefit is it gives you a close relationship with your banker or with your lender, not just the bank, but a personal relationship with your lender. They know your situation, they understand you, they know your family, that kind of thing. So we really advocate for again, doing a line of credit with a bank or having something established early in the year so that they can help you with your specific need. Some farmers choose to just use vendor financing, which would be, whoever you buy your chemicals, your seed, that kind of thing. But those programs can be discontinued at any time, so it's always good to have a backup in place or a main line of credit to go to in case that would happen. Okay. This is just an idea of what we offer as far as our deposit products, our online services, that kind of thing. Again, we're moving like everybody else to a technology-based service to make it more easy for you and make you guys more efficient so that you don't have to get off the tractor, stop what you're doing and come to the bank physically every day. We've got a lot of resources in place for you there. Okay. Again, we've got 15 branches, 13 of them are located in Southside, Virginia, so we're in your neighborhood, in your market, that kind of thing, to conveniently service you. So if you do want to come to the bank, we're here and ready to assist you with that. That's just a slide of our different locations. And actually our headquarters is in Carson, Virginia. So we've been around for over 100 years and we're spread out to conveniently service you. Okay. That's my contact information. Again, I've been in the business for about 25 years. I'll just tell you a story about the locally owned aspect of this. My first year working for the bank, they sent me to Emporia to service that market. And one of the local lenders there, it was a local bank, sent out a letter to all of its farm customers, all of its agricultural customers, and basically said, we're choosing not to do agricultural lending anymore. So that opened up an opportunity for me. A lot of those clients came to me and I was able to develop relationships with those people. So construction lending is the same way. We have a lot of banks that are choosing not to do construction lending or home lending. So, again, it creates opportunities for us locally. We're comfortable with it. We take the risk, and we like working with you guys on that kind of stuff. But more or less, at the end of the year, I sent that bank a Christmas card and some cookies, because it really helped me as a young loan officer in banking. So anyway, that's my story. I went to Lynchburg College, and I got my advanced ag degree, basically at Old Hickory Farms in Dinwiddie County, Virginia. So that's me. Next slide, please. This is Lauren Harper. That's our bio. And again, we'll send out the slideshow after the presentation. We've got a booth set up there with cards and that kind of thing. But Lauren is probably forgotten 100% of what I know about ag lending. She's very experienced. She's worked for how many banks, Lauren? 4 or 5. She was actually the director of FSA in the Cortland area, so she's got a wealth of knowledge. She's primarily in our Tidewater region down that way, Franklin. So any of you guys out that way to the east of us, please make contact with Lauren. All right, next slide. That's us. We're running a equipment financing promotion going forward for a few months. So if you guys need to upgrade your operation, equipment, that kind of thing, please check with us. We'd love to work with you. Okay. And that's it. Again, thank you for having us, Matt. Mm-hmm.